well, the paying attention skills and the APM apparently to really paying the pros. He has to pay attention. You can't allow mistakes like that. Oh, but the Mueller is now going to move in the mostly defensive position because Leta is now using this opportunity to move out, and Hyuk thinking of using this time to attack Leta's position. Leta's base. We're going to see what kind of damage he managed to do. There's nothing but one single turret that's defended a few Goliaths, but meanwhile Leta has so many ground forces to be able to push in and do a lot of damage. Sunken colonies now moving in. There's a few zerglings and Hydras there as well. Full sunken colony going to go down, but Leta's first is going to focus on that one hatchery. That should be able to go down. Definitely going to make Hyuk cancel that. Mula's still flying inside, trying to do as much damage as they can, being prevented by Marines and Goliaths. Now Leta moving in, definitely going to take down the hatchery. Hatchery was not cancelled in time by Hyuk. That goes down. Now the tank going to move in and going to start shelling those sunken colonies. So as soon as that finishes, Leta's just going to camp outside a little bit, trying to move in with his Hydras, trying to take out this tank. That's what he has to do. The tank indeed goes down, so that's one thing towards them. Leta, I don't know if he'll feel safe enough to attack or not. Hyuk has moved his Mutalisk back, meanwhile, just flying them around, but they're not going to do anything against those Goliaths. I think actually, with only those 4 sunken colonies and almost no ground forces whatsoever to speak of, Leta should be able to actually feel free to move in, because those 4 sunken colonies are going to be completely taken down instantly. Now again, a small engagement here with Mutalisk and Goliaths, but then Goliaths really going to melt. A few Goliaths do go down, but there's Mutalisk in such serious trouble. All of these Mutalisk are going to go down. All of them are heavily damaged, and one single survives. No, he actually doesn't survive. He also goes down. And I think that's pretty much a lost game for Hyuk right there. I can already call it. He has only too many bases. Leta also has too many bases, but he has so much money going on, putting down more factories, got his micro going so far, got the tanks on the way, got Glads on the way. Leta actually being fairly careful is going to take down a 3rd mining base, and instead of just trying to force his way in with those Goliaths, I think he definitely has enough Goliaths to at least attempt that. He's going to try to get more tanks on the way and going to try to shell those sunken colonies so he can feel pretty safe. He gets at least shells a couple of those sunken colonies out of his way. He should be able to move in very swiftly with his Goliaths and just kill everything. More Mutalisk meanwhile being produced by Hyuk. He feels that he's gonna try to apparently snipe some Goliaths, but as soon as they try even to get close to those Goliaths, their Terran boosters, they know instantly gonna take everything out. Especially, I'm not sure, I haven't been looking up the upgrades a little bit, but I think Leta should have upgrades at this point. I don't know if Hyuk has any upgrades. I don't even think he's put any evolution chambers up, and of course with one upgrades, okay, he does have air upgrades. Mutalisks have 1 carapace upgrade, and Leta has 1 weapons upgrades, and of course one weapons upgrades make the tanks that much more powerful. The Sunkens aren't going to be able to go down. More Sunkens will be able to be put down. And of course, weapons 1 upgrades also make Goliaths very powerful, not just against ground units, but especially against air units. I think they get like a 4+ to attack. Hyuk, meanwhile, possibly thinking of a counterattack, but going to cancel that. Even if he counters here, he's not going to be able to do anything. He has to defend his base. There's now Leta moving in. Right, taking on those 2 forward Sunkens. 1 Sunken has been morphed in, more Sunkens on the way, but Leta, again being careful, just gonna start shelling with that tank, moving his Goliaths out of the way. Just as soon as these Sunken colonies go down, which they are gonna do, that's gonna be it for Hyuk. Hyuk in such serious trouble here. Lots of Goliaths and just a single tank coming outside. I think there's an SCV among those as well, because I saw Goliath being repaired there. I'm not sure if that was right. Now Hyuk trying to move into defend with some Hydrasks. They have speed and range, but no lurkers. That's critical here. There are no lurkers. Mutalisk also now moving in, trying to snipe that tank. Tank does go down. They're going to just engage here. Bunch of Goliaths. So Hydrask are actually doing a pretty good job forcing Goliaths to shoot at the air. Going to take a bunch of these Goliaths out. So the Goliaths are going to go out. And the Mutalisk, of course, don't quite as quickly with that 1 carapace upgrade. There's Goliaths now being pushed out. So Hyuk defending pretty well. Just waited for those Mutalisk to snipe the tank, and all of his forces have been cleaned out. So pretty good job there by Hyuk. Can't believe I'm actually saying that, but pretty good job there of Hyuk by defending, but I still think he's in serious trouble. Leta already has his 3rd mining base up, I think, at this point, and Hyuk does not. He needs to expand like twice here and try to get a semblance of economy going. Meanwhile, harass the economy of Leta. Leta now has a science facility coming up. We're going to see science hustle up here soon. And of course, heavy mech with science hustle. That's insane. It's like Think Medic Marines, only better with science hustle. Oh my god. Those Mules instantly going to get countered with a radiate. No lurkers on the way, but even if there were lurkers, they'd still be countered with a science hustle. I think if Hyuk would have had a few lurkers, might have even done a slightly better job, would have had a slightly better time engaging everywhere and surprising, trying to trap Leta in position. But meanwhile, Hyuk is going to move in from the back right into one of the bases here, into this expansion. Going to try to do as much damage again. Leta, meanwhile, building yet another command center. Going to try to see what kind of damage that can. 1 turret was there in position. Not gonna go down. I think he did manage to take a SV, although I might be wrong there. Hyuk, meanwhile, trying to expand as much as he can. The ground forces, of course, not gonna be able to engage. Number 1. Right. I think if Hyuk tries to go for dual head attacks like he did earlier, that were pretty effective. Goliath tried to focus on the Mutalisks, but there were too many Mutalisks, and with the armor upgrade, despite the insane damage that upgraded Charon boosters do, he still managed to survive for a little while, and also, of course, do a lot of spread damage on a bunch of the Goliaths. And with those Hydralisks moving in and just being completely on her ass, just shot like crazy and did a lot of damage as well. So all in all, Leta still has a very large advantage, although Hyuk is now getting his third mining base up. I think Leta's going to have his fourth on the way soon. More hatcheries being put down by Hyuk. He's going to try to get some forces out, but still, see 3 mining bases, and Hyuk already has a force just as big as he had earlier. Of course, Hyuk also has quite a large army, quite a few Hydralisks on the ground, some Mutalisks as well, but it's all going to come down to Micro, and also Vulture's now on the ground. I think they have speed and mines at this point. Of course, when mines start being laid, you get in serious trouble. Hyuk trying possibly to set up a flank, but that's not going to work with all those Goliaths and Vultures in placement. Going to be mines everywhere, and of course, mines prevent serious flanks there. A Marine in a position to prevent an expansion from going up meanwhile, and Vultures moving in on this base. They're going to be able to take out all these drones and make them all run away. A second colony far too late. Meanwhile, they're going to move in on the expansion, actually moving into the main, just managing the Sungun's not enough. They're going to be able to do some serious damage here. Nothing but one Hydra's to defend here. Just going to take out all these drones. 2 Hydras are there to defend, and more Hydras moving in, but still managed to take out quite a few. Non-engagement meanwhile here. Leta moving in, taking in a lot. Oh man, those Mutalisks just being fired completely. Oh, fired. You fired, Mutalisk. And a bunch of those Hydras also taking damage. Oh boy. Sip of water. So Hyuk is going to try to clear up as much of these mines as he can. Got to be careful not to get too close. Oh, one Hydras that are being killed before it could actually be killed by the mine. That was very interesting. Mine planting itself down again. Lots of mines everywhere, and Hyuk's going to run right into a bunch of these mines. Oh, look at all those Hydras die. Man, that's not what you want to do. He's trying to clear up mines without the use of overlords, because he doesn't have overlord speed. That's what you do when you don't have enough mining bases. But now, not all, just one idle drone there. Leta now should be able to move in and finish this off. He does have forces. I mean, there are reinforcing forces, meanwhile, trying to get in from the back and flank by Hyuk, but they're all being completely slowed down by mines. Hyuk trying to micro as much as he can, trying to take out those mines before they pop, and now going to move into a flanking position. Of course, using his Mutalisks to take out as many of the tanks as they can, but Goliaths are in position taking them down. The Hydra's just not moving in near fast. Now GG, yo, coming from Hyuk. He knew it was lost. It was lost a long time ago. Mr. Hyuk losing yet again. GG from Leta. He just played a good old solid game. And, well, I did see one good moment from Hyuk there. That defense of his base at that one moment was very good defending with that one dual-pronged attack. Did take out the tank and then moved in with Mutalisks and Hydralisks, but other than that, he just didn't take his base quick enough. I think lurkers would have helped him a little bit along the line. Even if not all lurkers, then at least having some lurkers out in the field would have helped before Leta got out science vessels, which he didn't even manage to get out. But Leta overall just playing a good, solid game, looking very happy with himself. I look forward to seeing how well he does plays in this MSL. So we're going to see Leta and the Luxury in the winners match. We're going to have Cal and Hyuk in the losers match. And after that, we're going to see who goes into the final match. The loser of the winners match, of course, goes to the finals match, and the winner of the losers match goes to the final match. And those guys play out to see who wins and goes on to the round of 16 of the MSL. So this has been Ranshin. GG guys, more from me soon enough.